doing?
Real well.
All right. What are we talking about today?
First of all, we're ditching the long form.
Oh, that was quick.
It turns out we're not podcast experts.
Yeah.
And to think that people would sit and watch us for an hour
Yeah.
was maybe ambitious.
Yeah. Some people did.
Shout out to our 4,
Yes. Love you, Mom.
you know who you are, people that wrote it out for us with us for 2 months.
Yeah.
But we're going to dial it back.
It was really fun, I will say, to talk about kind of the origin story of Varsity Real Estate and how we got here, why we're doing it, you know, what's up with the Fox, what's up with the names. So that was fun. I think it was a good exercise and something we'll always look back on.
So yeah, January, new year here.
Yeah.
Sorry, February.
It is January. We're at the tail end of January. You're probably watching this in February, but yes, new year. February still feels like a fresh start.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. New year, new market.
Yeah.
Honestly, already starting to feel some build-up,
Yeah.
momentum. Things are moving.
Like we do every year. I mean, it's like clockwork almost.
Yeah. So we really want to just talk about what do we see the first quarter of 2025 looking like?
Mm-hmm.
What are we feeling? What can we do to be prepping?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to dive in with Molly Hogan from our team, and we're going to put together a really neat little special that she's going to help guide us on how to truly prep your house to be ready to hit the market, because the time to be doing that is right now if you're going to be listing in the next few months.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So what is our market doing?
Like I said.
Do you want to put a little button on it?
Well, honestly, we're kind of we're phasing out of sort of that holiday season where everyone really just kind of hunkers down, market gets really sleepy, and we're starting to feel that uptick again. Mm-hmm. None of the numbers are really reflecting that yet, just because it's too early on in the year to do that. Yeah. But, we've got, within the next 4 weeks, our team's probably got 6 to 8 new listings that are coming on the market. We've put, a handful of transactions together for buyers recently, just stuff that wasn't really happening at the end of the December. Mm-hmm. And we're definitely, the highest number of conversations that we're having with clients right now is preparation for listing your house.
Right.
So Sam, what does it look like? How do we know that we're truly entering the spring selling season is upon us? Do we have any historical data help back that up? Is that just a feeling that we're feeling? Or where are we at with that?
Yeah, there's definitely data to back up. I'm not going to dive into numbers. I don't know off the top of my head, but we go over the data all the time on a weekly basis with clients, and we look at kind of these rises and falls of inventory being a key indicator, how many homes are on the market. We look at days on market, that the rise and falls of that, and we're currently at a fairly large high of that, but we're already starting to see that crest. It's going to start coming down in terms of time from putting your house on the market to accepting an offer. So we're seeing big shifts there. Seeing big shifts in just new listings in general. Like you start seeing that, it's like, that's a key indicator. There's more activity. People are starting thinking about getting their homes on the market. And with that is going to come buyers, right? They're going to see the new activity and be like, gosh, it's been pretty bleak, right? The past 3-4 months in terms of new exciting inventory. I mean, there has been some, and the good ones go fast still. But as they start to see this activity, they kind of get in that mindset again, and there's definitely going to be some more action out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking back at some of the historical data back to 2022, 2023, 2024. In all three of those years, starting in the month of February, median home prices started to climb again for the new year. In all 3 of those years, average days on market started to drop starting in February. Number of homes transacting within the market started to increase in February. And so there really is plenty of historical data to suggest that here within the next 30 days, we anticipate the market starting to really, sort of roll out and increase and grow and be a really be a good time in comparison to maybe the last quarter of Q4 of 2024 to list your home.
Yeah, there's the data side of it. We always talk about this, but there's also just the experience side of it, and we're feeling that. We got our ear to the ground, right? We're talking to buyers, we're talking to sellers, but not only that, a lot of our vendors, our partners, our inspectors, lenders, title and escrow folks, they're all saying the same things. And that is, oh man, it's really picking up. Wow, we're seeing a lot more activity. So that just tells us we're definitely turning a corner, we're getting out of the kind of the slump of the holiday winter selling season.
Absolutely. Shifting gears a little bit towards the buyer side of things. I know rates are on everyone's mind. They always, they have been so much over the past couple of years. There's been plenty of volatility. Overall, looking at the first quarter of 2025, do you anticipate any large shifts in interest rates, or are we sort of going to stay where we've been?
It's seeming like we're going to stay where we're at. No big shifts. We kind of bounced up. Again, we're talking here in January, but we bounced up to about 7% these past couple weeks. We were down as low as about 6.5% in recent history. So it's probably going to be bouncing right there. We may see some reprieve at some point in time, but all the data that's coming in nationally is not really helping out the mortgage interest rate situation where we're at currently.
Yeah, after looking at a handful of different predictions, Zillow just put out their 2025 predictions report, a couple other publications that we follow. Sort of the overarching consensus within that space is that interest rates are going to average this year somewhere between 6.25% and 6.5% for a 30-year fixed conventional buyer with good credit. Mm-hmm. So, if you're a buyer out there and you're waiting for greener days, those greener days might not come in 2025, to be frank. I think it's just realistic. We need to, based on what we're predicting and what we're seeing, I don't necessarily think it's the time to just wait and hope and cross your fingers. I think if you do, you might be waiting and crossing and hoping for a real long time. Mm-hmm. Some of that relief might not come into 2026. So I think you need to be strategizing with a mortgage broker. You need to be strategizing with a real estate agent and seeing if there's another way outside of just hoping for a rate drop to really get into the market if it's really important to you to get in the market this year.
Yeah. You've been working with some buyers recently. What would you say, small sample size, but what is their overall sentiment of the market right now? How are they feeling?
Honestly, I think they're feeling encouraged simply because a lot of them have been watching the market for a long time, sort of sitting on the sidelines, and it might seem like kind of an interesting time to decide to just jump into the market with not having seen a lot of reprieve with interest rates. But we've really had a lot of options of inventory. I know we've been preaching on this a lot, but there's so many more available options to buyers at this time than there has been in years. Mm-hmm. And buyers' ability to go negotiate, our ability to go negotiate on our buyers' behalf, buyers feeling sort of like they won back a little bit mm-hmm. of what they might have lost over the past few years. So I think they're feeling encouraged. I've had actually multiple clients who, we've went out and looked at 10 houses, and there's 3 of those houses that could really work for their family. And, mm-hmm. The feeling of having options and feeling like you're actually, getting a good value based on how the market's priced today is important to buyers. And I think today is the time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I think the longer we wait into 2025, some of that starts to slip away from buyers.
Yeah, sure. Haven't seen multiple offers here for a while.
Not many.
Do you anticipate that coming back?
Honestly, I do.
Yeah. I
think by the end of the first quarter, we'll start to see multiple offers coming back. I just think, the more buyers are getting used to the projections of where rates are going to be, they're going to just settle into that reality of what's ahead of them, and they're going to get off the fence and move into the market. And even if we see a small, for 2 to 6 weeks worth of relief on rates, buyers are going to move into the market quickly at that time.
They'll jump.
And the other thing that, we forget is the options available to buyers over the dead of winter as far as new homes coming to market can be pretty stale in Central Oregon. And so normally when something nice comes to market and it's priced well, a lot of people in the market tend to act in the spring.
Yeah, they're hungry for it. They're ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and on those, they're willing to compete, we've seen, right? They check all the boxes, good location, good price. There's a value that can be perceived there. The updates have been done, those types of things. Those are the homes that right now they're selling, and sometimes they're even selling with multiple offers. So just be ready if you're looking for that kind of cream puff of a house. Like you might be in a competitive situation, even still.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool, good stuff. I don't know what to say.
Hey, that's a wrap on this Above the Noise. Thank you for checking us out. Again, hopefully the shorter form was a little bit better. As we go, though, we have a really awesome announcement to make. We have hired our very first agent as a new brokerage at Varsity Real Estate. His name is Justin Scott. You'll be seeing more stuff coming out on this soon. Some of you know him very well. He's been in the Central Oregon community for a long time. So for those of you that know him, give him congrats and definitely support him in his new endeavor in real estate.
Lastly, if you want to learn more about how to prep your property to make a huge splash when you hit the market, join us in this video with Molly Hogan, who's on our team, and she's going to help guide you through that. Be well.